Are we going to talk about it?
What?
The elephant in the room.
What elephant?
Hey everybody, this is Spinnerack. This is Petey. We're doing The Incredibles 2. Brad's Bird return to the characters he created, The Incredibles. We had to get this movie to you. We had to see it as soon as possible. And it definitely was exciting as the last one, just as fun. But let's start it off. It's been 14 years since the last Incredibles. And I'm going to put my opinion out. My opinion of this is that once parody, twice owned by Disney. Because Disney owns both Marvel, which makes the Fantastic Four, and the Incredibles. So now they can do both movies, they can do both franchises, and you got everything you want now. At least I want. I want some Fantastic Four. Jamie King, who we just met, doesn't want any more Fantastic Four, but what can you do? It's just people's taste. But anyway, let's get back to the movie. Now, with me saying the Fantastic Four, there's going to be a lot of references in this review / promotion, because I want you guys to go out to see it. But I'm going to say the Fantastic Four a few times, but it's a Pixar movie. So Pixar movies, they start out with an animated short, and this one is no different. It has an animated short about a woman and her dumpling, and it's a heartfelt story, and there's a climax too. I'm not going to reveal, but the climax, the audience reacted to it. This is like on Thursday night, they reacted to the climax, and it resolves in a very nice way. But it's interesting to see how the audience reacts to it. I think it was totally unexpected what was going to happen. So then after that, we start The Incredibles with the young boy that's interested in Violet. He's being talked to like an interrogation, sort of like this. Because this feels like me doing it myself feels like a hostage video or something like that. It's kind of weird. But he's talking to camera, and this is another sort of throwback to, I would say, the Fantastic Four, because the Fantastic Four sometimes would start with the ordinary characters, and the ordinary characters would introduce. In this one, he's introducing where the story left off last time. Where it left off last time was the Underminer comes out the ground, and Violet's identity is revealed to this young boy, and he describes that. But then next thing you know, his mind is wiped, and you're like, oh, it's going back to the McCarthy sort of thing. It's all of those elements are still in the story. So then we get to see the Underminer, we see the Incredibles fighting, they're interacting with people, very much what the Fantastic Four would do, interacting with people, saving them. But they're villains, even though the Underminer is a lot like the Mole Man, the Underminer's, his plan is very simple. He basically just wants money, so he's vacuuming in money, whereas the Mole Man did the same thing, buildings going to the ground, but he wants world domination. So there's a little difference as far as the villains. But of course, supers are illegal and they have to go to jail. So in going to jail, there's a tycoon that comes out. Tycoon says, I have a plan to help supers, but it sounds like this plan might not be on the up and up. But he's like, I have things I can do in the public, that I can do in Congress. I could help out. We could try to break this thing, then supers will be able to be superheroes again. So it's like, oh, okay. So they decide they have Frozone, they have Mr. Incredible, and they have Elastigirl, and they say, our person we should go with is Elastigirl, and she becomes the hero. And this allows a lot of the family stuff. Instead of where it was before, Elastigirl was at home, now Mr. Incredible is at home struggling with the kids. So it's two parallel stories going on. Elastigirl's doing her thing. We have Elastigirl going out, and she's trying to face a villain that's called the Screenslaver. Basically, he's a hypnotic villain that uses like television, glass, like flashes of light. And this leads to a big climax between Elastigirl and the Screenslaver, where it's like the most dynamic fight between the hero and the villain. It's almost, I don't know what you say, it's like it has a lot of Steranko in it. It could be even Bill Sienkiewicz. It has that sort of psychedelic thing that you see possibly in a Neil Adams comic, but it's a very striking scene with this character, and that's when you think the story's over. At the same time, Mr. Incredible cannot deal with Jack, so he sends it over to Edna Mode, and then they work some of that stuff out. So both stories are sort of towards the end, but then there's a twist. And I don't want to reveal the twist, but that leads you to the next part. That leads you to Elastigirl is fighting Mr. Incredible. We have Frozone with the kids, and Frozone versus the kids. We have so much stuff that's going on post plot point 2 that you have to watch this. But the kids, at some point in the story, the 3 kids all together have to go and save everybody. And that's a powerful point to the story where we've worked in all of the characters. We worked in Frozone, who's basically the catalyst to the story. One of the things that they do, and I will add this, is that they show Johnny Quest. It's a TV show in the movie. And one thing you have to think about, they're trying to say, we're not the Fantastic Four. We're sort of borrowing from the pulp Johnny Quest Swiss Family Robinson thing. And I was like, no, it is that, but there's also the Fantastic Four powers, but doing mundane things in the house, cleaning, using your powers, putting the putting the outfit in the trash thing, but it's indestructible. So it's that sort of thing. And then they also, the other part that's always been powerful is that there's a little bit of Watchmen in the Incredibles, because it has a lot of the McCarthyism that's from the 50s, and that's always been what sort of colored how the superheroes react, but the Incredibles before made a statement about it. So there's a lot of elements and a lot of layers to these Incredibles films. So I'm saying, I don't point out the connection between the Fantastic Four and the Incredibles and Johnny Quest to say don't go see it. I'm saying go see it, but I have to continually go back to the Fantastic Four because it's a great influence. So I want everyone to see it. We will do another review with everyone else, and everyone else we can fight it out. I have our opinions in there, but I wanted to get this out to you as soon as I can. I got to see it this Thursday. Movies are coming out on Thursday, guys. Might have to go see it. Spinner Rack out.